quiet my soul, 'cause you're teaching me how to slow down.
Good morning, River House. Pastor Jordan here. We're going to continue constructing our rhythm of life. And again, the tempo has not changed. It is to slow down. So I exhort you today, think more slowly, speak more slowly, pray slower, talk slower, drive slower, slow down so you can get in rhythm with the unforced grace of the Spirit of God. The tempo today is to slow down. Today's daily practice, it's kind of a twofold practice. The first is I want to call you to fast and actually constrict how much you allow yourself to feast and consume upon all forms of media. I think that there is benefit in being aware and if you want to read about what's going on in the world, but if we do it without wisdom, we actually open ourselves up to consuming so much that we actually will kind of get lost in like the endless streams of thought and opinions and fear and hope, whatever it may be. So I want to really challenge you to be intentional and to spend no more than 1 hour a day consuming media, whether that be social media, Facebook, Instagram, news, whatever it may be, right? There's only so much information that really is of benefit to your soul. And I want you to actually protect your soul by what you allow your mind to consume. I have personally had a couple rough days on this journey, and it's because I was undisciplined in what I let myself feast upon, right? So what we like, you are what you eat. That's true in the natural sense, but it's just as true in the spiritual sense or even in the emotional sense. What we feast upon is actually what we will, what will fill our minds and our thoughts and our will and our emotions. So, we're building this pattern of feasting upon the scriptures and, fellowship with one another and giving of thanks, which is orienting us to be able to fix our mind on God. So we don't want to spoil everything we're doing by having undisciplined consumption of social media. So I'm not saying get off it entirely. For some of you, the Spirit of God may lead you to truly disconnect from it. But I want to say no more. I want to be firm. No more than 1 hour of media consumption. I'm calling myself to it as well, right? And then, so as we're constricting, right, our diet, this is like dessert, right? You can only have so much dessert. I want to constrict your diet of what you're, consuming of media. And then I want to call you unto increased creativity. So it's a fast here, but then I want to actually call you to acts of creativity. And this is actually about redeeming your childlikeness. I believe God wants to, in a sense, resurrect the childlike parts of us that actually die in patterns of overwork and overbusyness, right? When I was a kid, I remember there was the different things that I was obsessed with, but I remember at one point I was obsessed with grasshoppers. Why? I don't know, but I would spend endless hours running around fields trying to catch grasshoppers. And then it's kind of disgusting, but then I would also catch praying mantises and I would stick them in the same bug box and I would sit and watch the praying mantis eat. Okay, you get the point. My mom thought it was disgusting, but I loved it, right? There's something about childlikeness, right? I didn't need people to give me, I didn't need to constantly be spoon-fed entertainment and all these things. I knew how to go create fun, right? There's something about being childlike that you're just creative. You think about things, you play sports, you write, you read, like you don't need everything to be regimented. You don't always have to be a consumer. And I feel like God is actually creating opportunity for us to redeem this part of our lives. And so I want to challenge you, instead of just consuming media and saying, wow, I'm stuck in my house today. And, what am I going to do? And twiddle my thumbs or whatever it may be. I want to challenge you. Get creative. Do something creative. Read a book. Spend time creative writing. Do something artistic. Maybe a household project. Build something with your hands. Get on YouTube and do a DIY project. Get in your yard and maybe make a flower box. Like, do something creative, because when we are creators, we actually are becoming powerful and we're creating joy, right? Children are amazing at creating joy. You can put children just about anywhere. They will create joy because it's in our nature to create. We are first creators, second consumers. We're to consume to give us fuel. Even if you think in the natural sense, we consume food to give us energy to fuel our creativity, right? But the world's gotten twisted in some ways where it's almost as if our creativity, our energy of creativity gets zapped because we constantly just consume and consume and consume. Let's write this pattern and let's be disciplined in these days. Constrict how much you're consuming of media. And instead of fixing and all this information that we really are powerless to do anything about, right? You can be aware, we can pray, it's not all bad. But let's limit this so that we have more space and then intentionally engage in creativity. Powerful, creative acts that release joy. Simple things, big things. Yesterday, Jackie and I, we went and cleaned our cars. Scrubbed the cars, I waxed hers, I did all these, and it was like, how much fun, honestly. I worked with my hands. It was like, I took delight in what I was able to do. It was a creative act, right? So don't get stuck in your head. This is about being childlike, but every day constrict no more than 1 hour of media and at least, I would say, one creative act. If it's 5 minutes, great. If it's an hour, great. But engage intentionally in creativity. God is the creator God, and you and I are formed in his image. There is an alignment that takes place when we step into our creative mandate to create hand in hand with God. You will experience his presence and you will find joy in that place. God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
'Cause you're teaching me how to slow